Thanks for joining me on this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also be sure to follow me on these other social media platforms. Links are in the description below. Okay, folks, now trying to figure out how to word this. We got a couple clips released. You know, it seems to me that the trend now is on Saturday and Tuesday we'll get clips of the new episode of the Haves and the Have-Nots that airs on Tuesday at 9 p.m., which is kind of weird. I mean, it used to be Monday and Tuesday, and then of course the episode would air, but there were two clips released, and honestly, I'm only going to talk about one. Now, I feel like I don't want to just jump on this subject and rant because, well, I don't want to take this clip out of context, but based off the dialogue, it just really grinds my gears. So since the clip itself is about a minute long, I'm going to dice it up into two different segments of about 30 seconds each to avoid copyright. So let's go ahead and listen to the first part of the clip.
A woman today trying to be with a black man is hard because the good ones are taken, married, and the others are in jail, and the others are, well, you know what the others are.
Okay, now let's go ahead and finish it up in the second part of the clip again, just dicing it up really quick for the sake of copyright.
Has slavery been that devastating to us that black man can't respect a strong black woman with an opinion? All I wanted was a voice.
Okay, so this clip from the episode The Black Man airing tonight in just about 3.5 hours by the time I'm recording this. And okay, let me just put it this way. It was a good clip in terms of the dialogue. I think there were some very strong things that were said in the clip that are obviously relevant today. But I feel like it's coming from the wrong character. Now, before I go into what I really want to say, let me just say that if this is Tyler Perry's way of giving some kind of significance to Veronica or adding an element to her character, which you know good and well I've always said needed some work for the longest time, and adding an element that would make her more sympathetic, then I do applaud him for trying to do so, but in no way, shape, or form does it justify her actions. Now, and again, I'm a black man, so I understand if there are some black women who listen to this video and feel offended, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about my perspective. And what I don't want you to do, and I'm not telling you how to think, but let's just put it this way, because I know there are some diehard Veronica fans in the Haves and Have-Not fandom. What I want you to do is to separate what was said in this clip from what Veronica has done on the show. She did say a lot of truth. I mean, pretty much it was like, well, just a speech about how it's hard today, and I'm going to try to just paraphrase everything because I don't want to recite every single word by word, but I did take the notes here. Basically, she was telling Jeffrey how hard it is for a black woman today to, well, deal with a black man. I mean, or even find one due to the fact that all the good black men are either married or taken, and then the rest of that population are, well, in jail or, you know, as in gay. And then she moves into like the second part, and I could be wrong, but I do believe she said slavery. Was it slavery? She's like, has slavery been so hard that black men can't respect strong black women with an opinion? All I wanted was a voice. So much to unpack there. Wow. Okay, so I don't even know what to title this video. I might even go so far as to say is Veronica the Monique of the Haves and the Have-Nots, because once again, I don't know the full context of the scene, but I'm just going to throw it out there and say that she might be referring to what occurred with David while she's talking with Jeffrey, because based off the preview, it looks like Jeffrey walks into like the living room area and then sees Veronica on the couch. Then Veronica gets in his face. It's like, if I didn't love you, I don't have a bitch cut your throat, but love can only go so far. I don't know if she says this before or after she leaves. You know, like, does she get up off the couch, approach Jeffrey, say it, and then sit down? Or does she give her speech on the couch, get up, throw that shade at Jeffrey, and then leave the house? We don't know. So let me just say that if this speech is referring to her relationship with David, then I think it's bullshit. Like, I'm not downplaying the fact that black men and black women go through a lot, and that, you know, in today's world, a lot, and when I say a portion, I don't mean all, but there are black women out there who don't really appreciate it when a black man is with a woman of another race. They're called sellouts. Why don't you stick with your own kind, and this and that? But let me just say, there are problems that black men bring into a relationship that black women have to deal with. And then there are things that black women bring into a relationship that black men don't want to deal with. So they find elsewhere. I mean, if you're happy, then why should it matter who you're with, regardless of skin color, ethnicity, and to a certain group of people, you know, doesn't matter about the sex of the individual. But all I'm saying is this much. You can give the best speech, and that's how I feel like Veronica is going to give this speech, then go up to Jeffrey, talk about love and how I'll have somebody slit your throat, and then leave, because she has a way of doing that, where she'll give like a sentimental speech, but then say something that's, well, icy cold, like the ice queen she is, and then leave the house. Then we move to the second part about, you know, black men not being able to respect the strong black woman with an opinion. All I wanted was a voice. I hope that this clip is part of a bigger scene between these two, where she does give backstory. Perhaps David wasn't the first black man that didn't really give Veronica, as she quoted, respect, or didn't hear her opinion. The thing about Veronica, though, is the fact that she loves control. I feel like if there's anyone who even voices a different opinion than her, she would automatically try to squash him. But for anybody who opposed her and stuck to their guns, she automatically saw them as a threat. Now, all I wanted was a voice. That is very sad in terms of, I really felt for the dialogue. I felt more for the dialogue she was using rather than the actual character, because no matter how she felt, and I'm not saying this to disregard Veronica completely, there is no excuse for everything you've done between verbal, mental, and physical abuse. And because you were slapped, you killed someone. So, bitch, I have no sympathy for you. I'm sorry. I just have no sympathy. I do feel like this scene could be one of the standout scenes of the episode. And like I said before, I hope this video doesn't blow up in my face where I'm ranting, but then the episode comes out and my perspective of the speech she gives is in no way related to David. But I'm pretty sure it is. But I will say this much. I feel like it reminds me of the Netflix boycott, when Monique was trying to tell people to boycott Netflix due to gender and racial inequality and bias when it comes to how much they're being paid. What was it? $500,000? I could be wrong, but wasn't it $500,000 she was offered? But then rumors circulated saying it was $3 million or something, but then she turned it down. But then apparently she owed like $750,000 or whatever to the IRS or something along those lines. But then Amy Schumer was what offered $11 million, renegotiated to 13. Dave Chappelle, what was it, 20 million, and Chris Rock, I think, up there, 20 million. But it made no sense, because how can you say gender inequality when Amy, a female, was given that much, and then you say racial, but two black male comedians got more than a white female comedian? So I feel like that really reminded me of what Veronica was saying, trying to use real concerns within the community to justify your crazy actions for self-gain. You know, Monique telling people to boycott Netflix. I mean, even if she got the millions of dollars that she claimed she wanted and deserved, what would that do for the community who gave up Netflix? Same thing with Veronica. It's like you're bringing up all these real things that are going, real statistics in the world today, but are they to justify your behavior? Is it to put down your son even more? Will Melissa be brought up, you know, a black woman who can't find a good black man because, well, you know, referring to Jeffrey being gay? Is Veronica going to be having a pity party on David's ugly ass couch? Is that the scene we're going for? Because this clip did nothing for me in regards to making me like Veronica any more than I do now, which is very little. So to Veronica fans, like, I cannot wait till this episode airs, and in my episode review, I'll do a quick recap as to whether or not my feelings have changed since recording this video and posting it, and then after watching the actual episode, because this makes me feel nothing for her except for the fact that she is even crazier. I feel like delusional is like the best word to say, because in her mind, I'm the victim. Under my actions, somebody died. And I think the FBI agent that talked with David said that she was burned to death and she was alive while she was burning, referring to Erica. So basically, she died. Your husband was in intensive care unit. What was it? The burn unit. Freaking your son, everything you've put him through. Then Melissa. It's just, I can't even. And then Maggie Day. I mean, wow. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to cut it off here because I really want to wait until this episode airs, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a lot more to say. But what did you think of this Veronica clip, and do you feel the way I feel? So thanks so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you in the next video.